They asked me to say my name, and instead of saying Chris Jane, I said Chris Chan. At the end of the game, they wanted me to yell, "It's Morphin time." I was like, I don't think we can do that in this one.
I tripped on nothing, because it's a big empty room. Few people were like, oh, we thought you did that on purpose.
I have to say my baby, Nemesis.
Well, like, I would just run in the opposite direction, like really fast. There wouldn't be much of a fight.
You're watching convention coverage.
How you guys doing?
Doing all right.
Doing awesome.
Well. Nice to see you again, Joe.
Nice to see you, Nick. Welcome back.
3 years ago, we were here with Mr. Joe.
Yeah.
What's up? Everyone enjoying SacAnime? Come on, you sound like you're infected with the T-virus. We happy at SacAnime?
What's going on?
It's Sunday morning for them too, right?
Yeah.
So right on. I was just gonna go down the line, do a couple quick introductions. Who are you? Who do you play? Just to let them know, just in case they don't. They should, right? Shame on you. But I was just gonna go down the line.
Groovy. My name is Chris Jane. I play Osmond Sadler in the Resident Evil 4 remake.
All right.
Nick Apostolides, Leon Kennedy.
Marcio Moreno, and I play. Who do I play? Ramon Salazar.
Hola. Yo me llamo André Pena, and I play Luis Serra from Resident Evil 4 remake.
And I'm Genevieve Burchner, and I play Ashley Graham.
Right on. Thank you again for coming to the show. We're so happy to have you guys here. We really appreciate it. And again, welcome back, Nick. Thank you very much.
If you were thrown into the Resident Evil 4 village as yourselves, how do you think you would fare?
Not very well.
Being a voice actor didn't prepare you for a zombie apocalypse?
I wouldn't do so well myself. I think I'm tougher than I am in real life, so I would go into these situations and I would probably die immediately. Not very well.
Yeah, I'll try to blend in, get all dirty,
Unprofessional.
and just sit in a corner. Hopefully, no one bothers me.
I've been preparing for this my whole life. No, I'd probably die real quick.
Yeah. No. None of us are making it
I don't
there.
think so. I'm pretty slow, so.
Well, thank you for your question.
Thank you.
I think it would be dependent on the zombies. Resident Evil zombies are slow, right? I mean,
Not the ones in 4.
oh, okay. It's like Dawn of the Dead zombies. Those, like the kip-up running zombies. Those would be a problem.
If you could say one thing to your respective character, what would it be?
Chill out.
Update the haircut, dude.
Yeah, take a shower, buddy.
There you go. Took mine. Yeah, I'd say take a shower too, actually. But I would say, I guess the opposite is Nick. Take, life is already short. Embrace it. Don't be so nonchalant about it. Just life's worth living, man. That's what I would tell him, I think. Yeah.
You got this, girly. Look at you go.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Officer Kennedy.
If you could play any other character in the Resident Evil series, who would it be and why?
Leon, did you see his lineup? You seen his lineup this weekend? I'd love to play Leon.
I would want to play Sheva's boyfriend from RE5 because she's my animation crush.
I think Ashley.
Yeah.
I think I can pull it off.
Straight up.
I can pull it off.
I don't know. I think I would say Nemesis. It's just because, he's got a thing for the stars, and I do too. So either that or maybe Heisenberg for RE8. That was a legendary role there that Neil pulled off.
Maybe Claire or Jill.
Yeah.
OG Resident Evil girlies. I think that would be fun.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What was your most memorable scene to enact or voice?
I think my most memorable scene to act was the very first day on set. I think it was just me and Nick, and we had one scene. I had one paragraph, and I really didn't know what to expect. It was my first day doing performance capture, and I kept flubbing my lines, and no one was calling me on it. No one was calling me out. They're like, okay, that's great. And every time we did a take, I said the line just a little bit differently, and no one was saying anything. And by the end of the day, I was just sitting there like, oh my God, I'm gonna get so fired from that. And thankfully they didn't, so I could be here today.
I think for me, it might be the bingo line in the village because I knew the gravity of that line for old fans, especially
Yeah,
me being
definitely.
one of them, and so, you know, the spinning around and looking like being confused. Everyone's going into the church and saying that line. I got shivers saying it, and I was like, geez, I hope people like my version of this line. You know, there was a lot of pressure, but you know, the project became very real to me right then.
Yeah, well, a lot of people love the line.
It's the most requested line. Yeah, it's pretty famous.
I think I'm with Chris. Although I loved my last scene before the fight, the first scene, which is the first day that I saw Nick and Genevieve, and it's my introduction in the castle. Yeah, I remember seeing them, and I'm like, all right, this is it. This is you now. You gotta show up in the castle and do your thing. So, yeah, I was nervous. I was a little terrified, and you know, but these two guys are such a good actors, and it made it so easy for me, and we had the best time, and I'll never forget that moment.
I would say that all of it was absolutely, like, from the first scene that we did, us three, the tied up chain scene, that was amazing. And then the cabin scene, because I knew how legendary that part is, being a fan of Resident Evil 4 original. And then, you know, all the way to, you know, near the end where I got to really be able to play subtle and to, there was a moment where I asked Nick, hey, like, should I, like, go for, you know, a little bit more the tears or, like, you know, a little bit louder here or, and he's like, no, we can be subtle. And so I went the subtle route and I really enjoyed that, internalizing everything.
Yeah, that scene definitely broke me.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was really emotional on set too. It was really cool. I love that.
I think it was my first day because they really threw me in the deep end with the first scene that I had to do, which was the removal. That was my very first scene as Ashley, and I was deeply intimidated because that's a lot to take on for your first time doing any kind of performance capture, and they'd built this kind of makeshift wooden chair, and it was extremely uncomfortable, and I had to do a lot of, you know, screaming, and it was really quite terrifying to jump into that enormously pivotal moment. But it was great. I had a great time.
I forgot that was our first scene together.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I know, right? Why would they do that to me?
Wow.
Well, you definitely did amazing on that scene.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you were to switch bodies with a Resident Evil character, who would it be and why? Yeah.
Barry Burton. Barry's always been one of my favorites. I love him in RE5, especially Mercenaries. Yeah, he's just like the old granddad with a big old Colt Python. I love him.
I'll say Hunk. He seems to be having a good time.
Hunk's amazing.
Krauser.
You look like Krauser right now.
That is a difficult one. That is very, very difficult. I think if it's not Carlos, no.
You want Ramon. Just say it.
Ramon?
You know you do. You know you want him.
We can go with Ramon.
Ada Wong, she's smoking.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
My number 2 would be Tofu.
Tofu.
Y'all have played Resident Evil 4, like the original, right? If you know, there were some things that were taken out because Resident 4 Remake is a remake, and some stuff was taken out. So, in your opinion, what thing were you most bummed about it being taken out?
Oh, I missed the silly little video chats between me and Leon. I really wanted those to be in the game.
My hat. And all the banter over the mic with Leon that is not there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's tricky. I mean, I know Resident Evil 4 Remake way better than I know the original, sadly. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was so enveloped in Remake. I don't know all the subtle differences.
Maybe for me, there were some lines that I just couldn't pull off, especially this one really edgy line that my character
Don't you
says.
say it.
And I couldn't pull it off. And I wish I could have. somehow, some way made that work. But it was really, really hard for me. So maybe there's that one. It's just that I couldn't pull it. I couldn't say it without like just feeling kind of creepy. So
I like how that scene went in the remake.
I liked
thought
it
was
too.
Good. I liked.
I thought it went really well. We got great direction. So
I thought of one. I always liked the lava area in the castle, with the big mechanism you ride with the wheels.
Yeah, I missed that. Where'd that go?
Ask Capcom. I don't know, but I mean, it is a reimagining, so they threw a lot of extra stuff in there that wasn't there before, all that yada yada. But I always liked the lava room, so when that wasn't in there, I was a little bummed.
Thanks, y'all, and Andre,
Thank you,
your
thank you.
jacket is back.
Thank you.
thank you.
Any point in the production, we can say maybe the recording booths or the mocaps or anything of that sort. What has been the funniest bloopers or moments behind the scenes that ever happened to you guys?
I think in the ADR booth, they asked me to say my name, and instead of saying Chris Jane, I said Chris Chan. And I was like, and I looked around at everyone to see if anyone caught it, and thankfully they didn't. I was like, yeah, it's Chris Jane.
That's a profound question. We had so many laughs on set; it's hard to like even pinpoint one of them.
I really enjoy making fun of our directors. Just teasing him. That was the best.
I think for me, it was definitely the day that I just bailed so hard.
Yeah.
So I was running. We were filming some Ashley running, and I tripped on nothing because it's a big empty room, and I landed extremely hard, full on my face, flat out, and I got up, and I was like, oh, no one really said anything, and then I came over and said something about, ow, I fell really hard, and a few people were like, oh, we thought you did that on purpose. No. My knee hurt for days.
Yeah, I thought you twisted your ankle, like literally.
No, I didn't twist my ankle, I just slammed my knee into the concrete floor. Good stuff.
What she said.
Watching
Now
me.
that I think about it, I don't know if it's really a blooper, but remember when they asked me to do the sisters?
Did you?
Yeah.
So I think he mocapped the Bella sisters, the Chainsaw sisters.
Oh wow.
But I had no idea, and they were like, "Oh, can you just give it a go?" And I remember looking at Steve, and I'm like, "They're females, man." Yeah. And I remember just yelling and making female noises, and then Capcom was all laughing, and then I was like, "What's up?" I said, "Dude, you sounded identical." I was like, "Oh, wow." Oh, that was super shocking to me, man.
I think this is kind of general. We tried a lot of variations on lines, probably all of us. A lot of one-liners. We tried a lot of things, see what fit, what like landed right. And I don't know, it just sticks out to me when I was fighting Krauser. We had a lot of lines going back and forth that weren't used in there, but when I was just about to fight him at the end, he swings at me and I dive out of the way, and there's this one-liner, and then you get into the battle. And I think we had some iterations that were just funny. Like, I stand up and I say something like, "I'll see you in detention," because the whole thing with the teacher and the student and all that's like a whole theme throughout the whole game. And so we were just riffing, me and Mike Kovac, and that we just had a blast. There was like 10 alt lines that were given there. That was one of them. "You're just mad that teacher never gave you a gold star." Stuff like that. Really corny stuff. It was funny.
I see.
Right before I transform, at the end of the game, they wanted me to yell, "It's Morphin time." I was like, I don't think we can do that in this one.
A little bit of copyright infringement.
Oh, jeez.
I think there was also one time that you had really long hair and your HMC fell, and he was literally a Ganados walking with their head hanging by their side, and he was just walking with no head. We could see it on the screen. Like, dude, I wish they kept that. That was freaky. And one time they also asked us three, to play some Ganados going through a windowsill, and you're supposed to be infected, right? You're supposed to be like, kind of like, whatever, just let this thing control you. This is how I did it.
Literally.
I
Steve
did it.
was like, what are you doing, man?
You told me to go across, dude. I just did it apparently
Not
too
like that.
careful, too gingerly.
They did not use that take. A little too prim and proper.
It would have been really good though. That could have been. That was me. You know. Cheers.
Who or what is your favorite Resident Evil monster, and how would you fare in a fight against them?
Oh man.
And like in real life?
Yes, you. For example, you're going to toe-to-toe with Nemesis.
Oh, do we have to pick one to like actually fight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you survive a fight with a regenerator?
Well, like I would just run in the opposite direction, like really fast. There wouldn't be much of a fight.
I always loved the original Nemesis from the first game, the OG game, and I think I would do okay because I'm a strategic, intrinsic guy, and I have to process information real quick, but I'd always have the option of whether to push him off a ledge or blind him or do something like that. So I think I could take my time, I'd pick them apart.
You're hoping for that split moment where they're like, what are you going to do?
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I think I would pick El Gigante. Pretty sure I can run around and manage to not get caught.
I have to say my baby, Nemesis, Nemi. And I mean, it wouldn't be much of a fight because I could just feed him a bottle and then that's it. He's good. He gets cranky sometimes, so yeah, it wouldn't be much of a fight. I'd just like, if he's maybe bad-mouthing out, a little slap on the bum and send him off in his way, so I win that one every time.
I feel like the only enemies in any of the Resident Evil games that I would be able to maybe survive are the dogs. I could just climb some and get away. That's genuinely, I wouldn't stand a chance against anything else. I'd probably have to take on some of the dogs. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
There's so many dogs. Though.
Yeah, but they can't climb trees. I can climb a tree.
Gates, though.
I can climb a gate. They can't climb a gate.
Some can.
Not the same, but not all of them.
Not all of them, no.
Yeah, I think I would stand a chance. That's the only one.
I had a dog that like literally was like Spider-Man. He could climb out of any gate. It was ridiculous. Maybe not one of those ones.
No.
Anyways, thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What was your favorite thing about working on the Resident Evil game?
Wow, my favorite thing about working on this Resident Evil game was just meeting my lovely co-stars.
Yeah.
I think just collaborating with Capcom. I think because they've been my favorite developer for over 3 decades now. So to work with them it's a dream come true.
Definitely meeting all these amazing humans. And then just had the chance to do so much physical work and play around with different characters and be a kid, have fun.
Yeah. I would say first and foremost, same thing. Meeting these amazing, amazing people that I got to work with, and the director, and just making it honestly, the time of my life. That and getting to obviously bring to life a really loved character and getting so much overwhelmingly good response from the community. I think that's also my favorite thing. And it's still part of working on this. And I feel blessed.
Yeah, definitely meeting the whole team, everybody involved. It was such an interesting, fascinating process. I desperately wanted to work in video games, and the fact that this is the first one that I got to do is just, I can't even believe my luck. Like that's insane. So just learning about how it all works, how they do it. That's my favorite part.
And luckily, Jen, this one came out.
I know, right? Yeah, not some.
I noticed none of you talked about my barbecues that I would throw.
Yeah.
Nick's barbecue.
No, really, we've all done a lot of projects in our lives, but I would say probably all of us would say the same thing, that this one was just really fun. We were a complete family up there in Vancouver, and we just had a great time together. It was really memorable, and I think it goes down to history as just the funnest project I ever did for so many reasons.
And obviously, all of you guys making this such an amazing family, and
I did not expect it to be as well received as it was, so that was also a very happy surprise. I really thought there'd be more of a split because it was a remake and it's a very well-loved game, so I was like, okay, prepare yourself. Some people are just really not going to like it, and that does not seem to be the case, which is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I thought it would suck.
Oh yeah, no, I remember messaging Nick because you've been in this situation with the other game, right? And I remember asking him, I said, man, I'm nervous, man. A few days before the game came out, I said, what do you do? Like, just chill, man. People are going to love it. They're going to love it, and thankfully you guys did.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is your opinion on the exclusion of the U3 boss in the remake?
Well, I mean, being a reimagining, you got to kind of take the additions with the subtractions, you know, and they can't put it all in because they added stuff. So, you know what? Personally, I'm okay with it.
Release the Snyder Cut. Put it back in.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm with Nick on that one.
The guy freaking gave me heart attacks every time, so, you know, I'm kind of okay.
They definitely spend a lot of time deciding what gets to say and what gets to go, and I can't even imagine how hard that process must be. So
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
Do you guys have any like headcanons or anything from your own personal life that you kind of like project onto your characters? Like, does Leon carry Oreos in his bag or something? Like,
I have my little secrets, and they will remain secrets.
Well, I personally run a cult out of my backyard. So.
I believe that, actually.
I believe that Luis would be one to drive a beater, but he would be doing donuts while blasting just like Spanish, you know, flamenco music.
that's so real.
Just in the parking lot of Walmart, just thinking he's like the biggest thing.
I think that the events in Resident Evil 4 deeply altered Ashley's opinion on reality, and going back to university was probably very much like, okay, wait, why am I doing this? Hold on, let me rethink this. I think she's probably doing a lot of rethinking right after this.
I think I brought in my loneliness. No, just kidding. I live alone, so I guess that's my castle, and then just treat it like my own place. And my cat, yes.
Your cat.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
How did you guys feel about stepping into these roles, and did you feel any pressure by the fans or anything else going into these roles?
I was used to it from RE2 Remake. It was kind of the same thing, being a remake of a very popular game in history. So I knew a little bit more what to expect this time, and I wasn't as stressed as I was with RE2 Remake. So I was just kind of, like he said, I was just kind of chill. Hopefully everybody likes it, but there's nothing we can do at that point. We do our job, Capcom does theirs, and you know, inevitably it became a big success.
My anxiety definitely died down once I got the scripts and like read it, and I was like, okay, no, this is gonna be good. Like, they're putting a lot of care into this, and I also didn't have as much pressure on me because they definitely changed Ashley maybe the most. She's quite different in this game, and I didn't feel like there was a specific performance that I had to live up to because she was so different. So I lucked out in not having to deal with that kind of pressure.
I definitely wanted to throw up every day. But I worked very, very hard. I did focus, and I tried to, you know, take in as much Castilian Spanish and just do my due diligence, do my research. And like you, as soon as I would get, I think waiting was the hardest part.
Yeah.
Getting the scripts, because we would get the scripts not all at once, but kind of in chunks. And we'd go for a while without anything, and you're trying to work on your character and with nothing to work with, sort of thing. So that was the hardest part. Once you did get it and you started reading it, you started to like really settle into the character, and it was fun. It was really fun.
I also think one of the hardest parts was waiting for that NDA to be up. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So
Still don't think it's up. I'm not sure any of us are allowed to be here right now.
Who knows? But hey, thanks again, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thank you.
As a person who hasn't played any of the games, which one is the greatest Resident Evil game?
Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4.
4.
I would say.
Don't say 5.
So you've not played any?
Nope.
I think a really, really good starter point for you is to play HD remake of Resident Evil 1.
That's what
really
I
good
did.
too.
That'll
That was
kind of give you
my
like
introduction.
the guts of Resident Evil, like what it like started from, and then you can really, really respect what it's become and appreciate that. So that's my recommendation.
I agree with that. That's what I did, and it definitely was a good start.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Out of all the costumes in the RE4 remake, which one does your character not have that you wish you could see them wearing?
The best.
Well, this could be any costume.
Any costume your character doesn't have.
Could be anything that we want.
From the game, yeah.
Okay, I'll admit it. I want to wear Ashley's clothes. Really slimming.
Thick fit.
Leon doesn't have the mafia suit in the remake, does he?
Yes, he does.
He does?
He does.
I haven't played that yet. Okay.
Did I just spoiler alert one of the voice actors?
No, I didn't know the extra skins. I don't have any, or I haven't even equipped them yet.
Oh,
I haven't messed around with that. I don't know. Can I say like I wish he was like a giant Oreo? Modders out there, I bet you can make that happen.
All right, fair.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm not too sure. I think again, I wish he had the hat.
Hat, yeah.
Oh, from the original?
Yeah. Miss the hat.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised there wasn't like an OG Ashley outfit in there as well.
Yeah, that's why I said also the vest, like the OG vest would have been cool.
I thought you were talking about bulletproof vests so you could actually avoid the knife.
Yeah.
You know what? Saddest moment.
If I was wearing that vest, maybe it would have been like stab proof or something. But yeah, that's a good one actually. Maybe a bulletproof vest.
Still saddest moment in the game. All right, thanks for your time.
Thanks. Thank you. I also think it actually would have been cool if they had RE2 remake Leon, if they had his outfit in this one.
Yeah.
What's your most favorite mods you've seen in the game that people have made?
Just for Resident Evil 4?
It could be any.
I think I saw a Resident Evil 4 Lady Dimitrescu mod where that's the final boss.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, in RE2 remake, they made Mr. X they went off with him. He was modded like 50 times. Thomas the Tank Engine.
The Tank Engine.
They made the Terminator, RoboCop, It, the Clown. Geez, so many good ones. Sherry's Doll. They switched Leon and Mr. X. I mean, hilarious. I would say Thomas the Tank Engine. That one was good. Hilarious. Wow.
I feel like there's some absolutely incredible Skyrim mods.
Ooh.
That Skyrim has an incredible modding community. I've also seen all of those Ashley mods. I've seen them all. You can't hide her.
I think Leon, you got a lot of mods.
There's a lot.
Maybe there's a character that I grew up with, being Hispanic, and maybe the Hispanic community might know him, but El Chapulín Colorado. Yeah, it's this really obscure character in Hispanic TV, and he's like this quirky hero, and they made Luis wear his outfit, and it fits amazing. It's like, that's perfect. That's you, dude. So that was my favorite one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Question, a bit of a throwback to Resident Evil 2 remake. Do you guys believe that Claire or Leon reached the RPD first?
Never been asked that before. I got 50-50 shot here. Leon? I don't know.
Claire. There's no right answer.
Claire,
she quick.
What the hell are you talking about? Who the hell is Claire?
I
appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Great job. Thank you so much.
Big fan of your hat.
So if you guys could voice another video game character not in the Resident Evil series, who would it be?
Ethan, no. I'm just kidding. Oh, yeah, that's the one.
I hear the opening for Mario is there's an opening for Mario at the moment.
I would want to voice a Belmont character in the Castlevania series. Ooh. I think that would be really cool.
Maybe one of the soldiers in Gears of War.
Cool.
You should totally do that.
Anything in the Witcher series. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Cheers.
What would your character's favorite video game be?
Probably like Chibi Robo or something like that. I don't even know what that is. Hello Kitty Island Adventure? I don't know. It's a real softie on the inside.
Super Mario Brothers.
Before the mushroom.
Yeah. I want to be big, right? So.
I would say COD, Call of Duty, just not even for the gameplay, but for the trash talking. I think he would be making kids cry all the time.
Yeah.
It's either that or cooking mamas.
Animal Crossing. Yeah, it's definitely Animal Crossing.
I would say maybe Contra. Contra. I think that would have inspired Leon for RE4. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Thank you. I hope you have a good day.
Thank you.
What would your character's favorite song be?
I Believe I Can Fly.
I feel like Ashley would be a Swiftie. I don't know. She gives me a Swiftie vibe.
Probably Barbie Girl from Aqua.
I would say a song called "Bad Company" by Bad Company. It's to me that's a cowboy tune, and that I was listening to that a lot going into this role.
Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer."
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
If your character had a favorite movie, what would it be?
I'm thinking The Terminator.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
The Beauty and the Beast.
Zorro.
I love that movie.
I feel like it would be something Disney. I mean, she's such a little pumpkin. Or Ghibli, yeah. Maybe Totoro.
Thank you.
Something nice and wholesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
What would your character's favorite food be?
Gushers.
Mice.
Mice? Did you say mice?
Well, you know he has a serious egg allergy, right?
Yeah, clearly.
Gotta get the protein.
Deathly allergic to eggs.
Paella?
Cookies and cream, ice cream.
I'm a little bit disappointed none of you said Jill Sandwich.
Jill Sandwich.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is some of your lesser known or lesser exposed roles or performances that you wish got more traction or attention?
I played Batman in a fan film one time. And that's actually my most favorite role. It was filmed really dark because the bat suit didn't look very good. I don't think anyone saw it. I didn't even watch it. But still, that was my favorite role to date that no one really saw.
Can I see this?
No, unfortunately not. Rise of the Bat.
Rise of the Bat. I will be writing that down.
You do IT. Can you find it?
Nice. Okay. You have to search the dark web for that one.
I played the Punisher in a fan film, actually. I got to be Frank Castle for a really cool fan film, and it was, I think, the only fan film for Punisher that got shut down by Marvel. We got a cease and desist because it looked so good.
Oh, wow.
It's too much.
Nick's nickname in real life is the Punisher, actually.
That's not true.
I played a crazy guy with a machete that didn't speak much, but I was just slashing people on a series for Warner Brothers with the whole season, and it didn't receive the love that we hoped. We were hoping for a second season, and it didn't happen. So, yeah, I think that I would have loved that one to get more exposure for sure.
I would say that I got to work with a really cool director, and I got to work on 2 short films that made their rounds in film festivals in the short film circuit, but I wish they had more exposure. One is called The Specials, and the other one is called Shame, and The Specials is about people's rights especially people with certain disabilities, and Shame was for gay rights and people going through that in life, which is really, I understand it's a difficult thing. So I working on those, I really loved it, and I wish that they were out there more because they had a really good message. Yeah.
When I was maybe 11, I guess technically it would have been the first video game anything I ever did, and it was like an indie side scroller from Japan, and they were translating it into English, and its code name was Iron Kid, and I did one day in a sound booth, and then I never heard anything about it, and I think it went under. Like, I don't think it ever ended up happening. I don't even know if it came out in Japan, and I've always wondered like what happened to it and where it went and what the actual name was, because I'm like 99% sure Iron Kid was a code name. But yeah, it's like lost media. I have no idea what happened to it.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Well, thank you so much. You guys are great.
Thank you.
So my question for you guys is for, like, in regards to mocap. For theater acting, like on stage acting, you have to be really big with your expressions and your gestures. Whereas for like on camera acting, if you even have like a thought, that'll like manifest as a micro expression. So my question is for mocap, how expressive do you have to be, and like with physicalization and facial expressions?
That's a pretty good question. I would say that where motion capture and performance capture differ is that in motion capture, you don't really have to worry too much about your expressions. You're basically have this non-existent bodysuit at all times. So you're like a really big character, your face isn't really affected that much. But when you're doing performance capture, where you have that camera in front of you at all times, and everything is being recorded in the room from all angles, all at once, little expressions go a long way, I'd say. What do you guys think?
Yes, they do, because the camera's right there, so you're always getting filmed in a close-up, per se. But they also want to see how expressive you can be as well, because they never know until after all the filming is done. They don't know if they're going to take any given shot or moment from an extreme wide angle or medium, or they decide that in post-production. I'll try to keep this in layman's terms. And so they being a stiff actor, if you're used to close-ups and not moving too much, that doesn't really translate that well in video games, because especially as a main character, you always want to think about what you look like from a backwards silhouette. So you want to make big movements, interesting things. If they're very, very subtle, you'll lose them a little bit. So yes, you can be subtle, but you can also be big. It's a weird mix between TV and film and theater.
It felt very much in the middle.
In the middle,
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what you're doing as well. Not every performance capture job is the same. I can speak from experience being a villain in Resident Evil that I don't think anyone's too interested in a very small, nuanced Resident Evil villain. They want big, bombastic, entertaining, I think.
Yes.
And then I've also done jobs where I just play a little green orb, so what do I know?
Yeah, I agree. You gotta go big. And also, if you're doing voice work, it's the same thing. You gotta be able to show emotion through your voice. If you're not able to see my face, then you really want to feel it, right? But yeah, with mocap, you gotta go big. That's what I thought.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. How did you all get started with voice acting?
I didn't. It was by mere happenstance that I even got the audition. I never thought they would call me back. And for whatever reason, they did. So I guess I fooled someone.
My background is more just physical acting. And so this is, being a voice actor is kind of sort of has become a byproduct of what I do. So I don't have the best answer for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of like in the same. I mean, just doing the audition, especially for this game, it was like to me, it was like a normal audition with a scene. You got your props and do the whole thing, and then you just land it, and then you figure it out. Oh, it's actually a lot of voice work. But yeah, it happened. Pure luck.
Yeah, I didn't know as well that it was going to involve so much voice work. I got it like any other audition as well. And I think the only thing I would recommend is maybe get an agent and ask for them, or find out ahead of time if they do video games or voice stuff, and then you can let them know, and hopefully you have an agent that is willing to work with you, and they'll send you stuff. They should send you stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
I've been working in film and TV for 20 plus years, and then right before I got this, I actually switched agencies, and the main thing I was looking for was an agent who would submit me for video games, because I desperately wanted to be involved in them. And that was my main question to all the agents I met, was like, will you submit me for video games? And I went with the person who said, yeah, we do that. And then it panned out. I think asking for what you want and finding people who help you get there is really important.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody out there. Please give a big round of applause to our guests. We got Chris and Nick and Marcio and Andre and Genevieve. Thank you